feels like it's gonna fall. I gotta say this.
Fine.
Before I just have one thing to say, guys. Mustard!
Oh, yeah. You can get it out of your system.
Okay.
Just coughing straight into the mouth. Into the
That peaked. I don't know if you guys know,
yeah,
but that
because it
peaked.
was loud.
Uh-oh. Welcome, everyone, to How You Holdin' Up, where I, Jane,
And I, Dagny.
explore the wonderful world of media and how it's held up. Today we're going to talk about Jingle All The Way.
Whoa, what?
And
I
guess-
didn't know.
And guess what?
I'm kidding.
Guess what? We didn't research anything about this movie. We just watched it.
We're just going to go off of straight vibes and our fresh opinions of the feature.
It's our Christmas episode.
It is. Merry Crimbus.
Merry
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas to you all.
What a lovely Christmas song from someone who doesn't celebrate Christmas.
I'm a Jew, so I don't know how this song goes. So I'll just sing some more.
I like it.
Merry Crimbus.
This is a better version.
I just keep singing. You're like, all right.
I was
enough.
going to just let you keep going. You have a great voice. I didn't know.
You have a great ass.
Wow.
And everyone needs to know it. No one can see us.
Then they'll never know.
Dagny's got an Aphrodite shape, okay? She's hot.
Whoa.
You guys
Slipping
don't know.
my secrets.
You guys don't know what I'm looking at right now. It's it's
nude. We recorded
she
naked.
is she's buck naked right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
Actually,
wait.
our the guy who our wonderful sound producer who
Yeah.
made our like song intro.
Uh-huh.
He's so funny. He before he gave me the song, he was like, "I just want you to know, I was making this fully naked in my room."
Did
just
you
laid."
really?
And I was like, "That's great, man."
That's the vibe because we do record every episode
So
naked.
that little "How you holding up" is just he's just balls
Dick
directly
out.
touching this chair.
Hell yeah, man. I wouldn't want it any other way.
I agree. Sorry, you tried to say something 3 times and I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
was just going to do the podcast and ask you,
Oh,
hey, Jane, how are you holding up?
by a thread.
By a thread.
By a thread. This week I went with my boyfriend to go see his film premiere in San Francisco
Hell yeah, dude.
at another Hole in the Head film festival. And I don't know why, but San Francisco likes to keep it cold. Like, and by that I mean they don't want to heat anything. Like, we went into restaurants, they kept the doors open, and I remember we waited about 40 minutes to get seated at a restaurant because she was like, "Do you guys want to sit outside or inside?" And they don't have heaters outside, so I was like, "Inside." She was like, "Okay, no worries." And then we come back and they sit us right by the open door, and I was like, "This makes no difference.
Yeah.
It is the same as sitting outside." Fucking bone chilling cold San Francisco. Otherwise, pretty cool. It was my first time there, but
I love
God.
it. I've been once. It was lovely.
and now they have these Waymos there,
Yeah.
and they have them in
I
LA
still
too.
want to take one. I never have.
We got to take one. One of Ben's friends really wanted to take it, and we were like, "You're buying," because they're pretty expensive. They're like
Oh, I bet.
at least half as much more than is that
double the amount, maybe?
I don't even know. It's like 0.5 more.
That's not that much more.
But yeah, but it's like instead
is
of
still more.
$13, you're paying $26. You know, what's that?
So double.
Is it double? oh, yikes! I don't know math, guys, but
That's okay. You don't have
but
to.
he, he
You're
bought
funny.
it, and we took it. I'm funny. I'm
You're
fucking
funny and
stupid.
pretty. You don't have to know math.
Thanks. Shut up.
That's how I justify why I think the earth is flat.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks.
I'm funny and pretty. I can think the earth is flat. No, I don't. for
Dagny
the
doesn't
record.
actually believe that.
I don't believe that. I
She's
don't
just a
believe that. I
jokester.
do believe climate change is not real. I'm joking.
You got me on that one. I was like, wait, bitch, no.
Wait,
Do I need to cut that out?
No, that tornado in San Francisco that you...
That was wild. Yeah, there was a tornado this past weekend in San Francisco, which just tells us that everything's going to shit. So that's super cool.
Yeah.
But
But you know, at least they like the movie Wicked.
they like them.
It's a stretch to Wizard of Oz. There's a tornado.
We're back at Wicked, guys. We told you we could talk about Cynthia Erivo.
Nessa?
Nessa? Mustard!
Okay, we're not going to do the Nessa thing again. But that was fun. What a silly, goofy night that was.
But that was a fun weekend. Did that. I just didn't get to sleep, so I was really tired.
Yeah.
But it was a very, like, in and out kind of thing. But Dagny, how are you holding up?
Oh, I'd just be lost in the sauce. And by the sauce, I mean resin.
That is a sauce.
It's a gooey sauce.
It's a gooey sauce that you have to wear a mask with.
I do. I look like I'm cooking up drugs in my apartment every night and morning this week. Let me tell you. I was not going to make all of my Christmas gifts for my family resin. And then I said, I have a week and a half left. I'm going to make everybody a Christmas gift out of resin. Not accounting for every time I pour the resin, I have to wait like 24 hours before I can do the next layer. Everything I made was at least 2 layers. Some were 3. Yeah. And I have to Mod Podge everything before I put it in the resin. So that's like glue, like painting glue on. It has to sit for a day. Blah, blah, blah.
You tortured yourself willingly.
I did. So I was waking up, speaking of no sleep, I was like doing this every night, then like eating dinner, whatever, up until like midnight, waking up at 6 a.m. to
That's vile.
Pour, decorate, blah, blah, blah. And then I fucked up all of the coasters that I'm giving to all of the men in my family. And I had to redo all of them. Something.
I don't know what it speaks to, but maybe it's how you were feeling inside.
Maybe. Or I just didn't mix it enough because I was tired.
That's also probably the more.
And then it just didn't dry and it was sticky and awful. And as we speak, I still don't know if they're going to come out. I just poured the last layer.
We're going to hope for the best.
They
look pretty good.
I'll tell you on the next episode if they turned out or if I went and bought shit from Costco.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Why do you have to wear a mask when you do it? Like, how toxic is toxic? Like, what do they say?
It's just not great.
But, like, a lot of my friends, even resin artists, they always wear masks. So I'm always like, how bad is it? Because, you know, like, some people who, like, oil painting can be super toxic because you're using paint thinner to basically get the oils off of the brush. Yeah. But you'll have, like, a window open. No one really puts a mask on. So I'm curious, like, what is it? Is there a smell that comes from resin? I mean, I've never worked with it.
When I clean it, if I am cleaning it without a mask on, it smells like rotten fish.
Oh.
But not while I'm pouring it. It's just when it might even be the like resin soap that I use because it like strips the resin to clean it. And it just makes like this nasty ass fish smell.
Yum.
Yum. But I mean, I'm not a scientist. I'm
just curious.
I just have been told wear a mask because one, you can develop a resin allergy on your skin, and that happens a lot to nail techs.
And what is
because of gel?
Is that like, also resin?
Like the UV fast drying gel is essentially resin.
Can you on that?
Yeah, that's what my next thing is. I'm going to get into UV resin, which is like fast drying.
We love the hyperfixations.
I know. It's only a matter of time before I drop it all. And I bought a cart at this point with all my stuff.
Question for you with the resin. Last one. Because I'm really curious. Mm-hmm. Is resin a type of plastic? It's like a liquefied plastic, would you say?
You know, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Again, I'm not a scientist. I watched some YouTube videos and then got good at it.
Cool.
That's like good, awesome. I mean.
She's pretty good. She made some cute-ass coasters. She made me a little cup and a little
those don't do justice to my work.
No, she made me a little, not a cup, but she made me a little tray and like a little plate. And I love it. It's really cute. And it's like a nice piss color.
That's the thing is I asked her what her favorite color was and she said yellow. And I said, all right, I'm going to give you piss yellow. It's like both green and yellow, but not chartreuse because that's like a prettier color. No, it's just, like yeah, it's not great.
It was like a Gatorade color.
But you know, as long as you like them, I'm going to make you something better at some point.
Yeah.
That was just I got new molds and I want to show you. But anyway, this can't be that interesting to listen to. Let's talk about this movie.
Guys.
Arnold.
Arnold. We're going to jump right into...
We're going to jingle all the way to this end of this episode.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anyone who hasn't seen Jingle All the Way.
Except us.
Except us.
Neither of us had seen this
Maybe
movie.
you guys have, but Jingle All the Way is from 1996, which is the year I was born. I just gave my age
you're
away.
A baby.
I'm a little tiny little baby. I'm a fetus.
Speaking of
on the couch.
days you were born, everybody
Baby that's going to be 29.
email us and tell me happy birthday because my birthday's tomorrow.
Yes, email Dagny tonight. Well, I'm going to try to get this episode out by tomorrow and email her. I'm pretty sure we got some emails, so I think maybe we can read some at the end of... do you want to... Let's read some.
It's just your mom.
Okay.
I love it.
Let's read what my mom wrote. My mom emailed us. Hello, girls. Jane's mom here. Like your podcast. Would appreciate review of Amy Bender's Surreal Stories. I love them a lot. Thank you for a nice, relaxing time. Tatiana Kirkover.
And I want to say that is a pretty spot-on impression of your mom. I've listened to her on the phone.
Thank you.
And then we also got a Google community.
I had to read that. I think we also got another email. Do we get another one? Nope, just my mom. Just my mom.
Your mom for now. But
thanks, Mom. She's probably going to listen to this.
Let me make sure I get... This is embarrassing. Let me make sure I get our email address right.
It's just how you holding up.
Anyway,
thanks,
Jingle
Mom.
All the Way. Thanks, Mom.
And Amy Bender is a great writer. Maybe we'll check her out later on along the way. Anyways, thank you for the email, Mama, and let's jump into Jingle All the Way. So yeah, Jingle All the Way is a 1996 film. It's a nice short hour and 30. And you've got Arnold Schwarzenegger playing a family man.
Yeah.
Like a run-of-the-mill family man.
And he sounds wild.
He sounds wild.
I love his accent. It's crazy.
Well, I guess we should talk about, for anyone who hasn't watched it, what the film's about. So basically, Arnold is this, like, he's the dad who works all day.
But hold on, I'm going to stop you here already.
Okay, stop me.
He sells mattresses?
Does he?
That's what...
Does
At the beginning,
really?
he's like, king size, you're my favorite customer. Blah, blah, and he's like in this big executive office, but he's just like selling mattresses. And he keeps going, you're my number one customer. That's not a good Arnold impersonation.
You're my favorite customer.
That's pretty close. But I'm pretty sure he's, let me look it up. I'm pretty sure he is selling mattresses. And I'm like, how are you working so many hours?
Yeah.
Selling mattresses.
It's also at a huge facility. Anyways, while you look that up, I'm going to kind of continue on this thing. There's a bunch of cool cast in it. You know, Rita Wilson's in it. Super tragic and kind of sad. Phil Hartman is in it. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. Phil Hartman was on SNL for a while. He plays Ted Martin, and he basically plays the dad who's... on the surface level, has it all together. He gets like a fucking reindeer for his kid for Christmas.
Oh, that fucking neighbor guy?
Yeah.
Wait, is he not alive?
Yeah. Phil Hartman.
Sorry.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. I mean,
his character though?
His character's the worst, but he plays it so well, you know?
He does.
So there's like a couple things that are really fucked about this film. Mm-hmm. And a couple things that are just funny and don't make sense anymore. But we'll just kind of go through the whole thing. So in the beginning of the movie, you know, the movie starts with almost like a Power Ranger scene of Turbo Man. Turbo Man's like this action figure guy who like saves people, and he's got a jetpack and like lasers and whatever. And his phrase is, "It's turbo time."
Obsessed.
Which obsessed, love it. And the way it's shot, like those like episodes, is very did I say Pokemon?
No, you said Power Rangers. And it was good. Very Power Rangers, very
Power Rangers-esque.
Voltron.
Yeah, everyone's like wearing costumes, and they're clearly suspended in the air, and there's a green screen and whatever, but you like it. There's like explosions, whatever.
Okay, yes. He's a Minneapolis workaholic mattress salesman.
That's wild, but okay.
Why are you working
also,
holidays and until 9 or 10 p.m.
A mattress workaholic salesman would not be that beefy.
No
way he has time to go to the gym.
He's got a cozy job.
Yeah.
And yeah, the office that he's in does not fit what's crazy is he's acting like a salesman. If you're at that level of a mattress company as an executive, you're not doing the selling.
You're not doing the selling. Like, all of it is insane. And in the beginning of the movie, his secretary comes in and she's showing him like signs.
Like Love Actually, but
yeah, but she's like, you need to get to your son's performance because it's tonight and don't forget. And he's like, I'll make it. It's fine. And we cut back to the house and the mom is like, don't worry, your dad's not that much of a piece of shit. He'll make it to the performance. And the kid's like, no, he won't. Anyways, we have this like
that's
weird.
what he sounds like too.
No, he won't. And then, you know, he doesn't make it. He gets stuck in traffic. He gets asked to walk and do all these things for that.
Yeah, he has to do a drunk driving test because he's driving on the shoulder of the highway as if that's fine. And then he gets pulled over and he's like, upset that he got pulled over when I'm like, you're speeding and driving on the shoulder of this highway. And then he's like annoyed that he has to do a drunk driving test. I would also probably, if I was the cop, be like, this man, it's like around the holidays. He probably was leaving a holiday party is what this cop is thinking. But yeah, he has to do a drunk driving test. Whatever.
I just think Arnold Schwarzenegger as a corporate man is fucking incredible.
It's very silly.
It's so silly. But anyways, he gets there. His son is clearly very upset with him.
He's like so obsessed with his dad.
And, you know, he like finally corners his kid in his room without like respecting his boundaries at all. And is like, all right, what can I do? And the kid is like, fine. Like, I really want the new Turbo Man action figure.
For Christmas.
He's like, yeah, for Christmas. And he's like, done. This is the day before Christmas. Yes. Okay. This is the day before Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah. Because I think the next morning she's... No. It might be Yeah, the day before Christmas Eve. Because the whole movie takes place on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the day before Christmas Eve. And he's like, I got it. And then at night, you know, he gets in bed and his wife is like, did you guys make up? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to get him Turbo Man. I'm going to get him that action figure. No.
She asked. She goes, did you get the toy that I told you to get 2 months ago or something like that?
Yeah. And he's like, what?
He's like, yeah, of course. Yeah. I would never forget. I'm a perfect dad.
And he just repeats what his son told him, like, the action figure with both turbos going and the sound that goes, hey, it's turbo time. And she's like, hey, he knows all the phrases. Like, he definitely picked it up.
That's pretty spot on. I'm really impressed by your Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Thank you. It's pretty perfect. I think that's what people are here for.
Yeah, I think you should keep doing it because I certainly can't do that.
But the next day, right? The next day is just a shit show. He decides to get up early, and he's like, I got to go get this doll. Without knowing that it's in
I love that they call it a doll the whole movie, too.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's like,
funny.
I have to get the doll. It's like my Tommy Wiseau. I have to get the doll. But that's what they keep calling it a doll. It's never an action figure.
You just have this faraway stare when you go into an Arnold Schwarzenegger that I love so much.
I have to focus really hard. But yeah, they call it a doll. And then, Christmas Eve. Starts off where he's just casually like, I gotta go into the office. And she's like, on Christmas Eve? He's like,
yeah, you just gotta pick something up. That's where I left the doll. That's where I hid
that's where he's like, I left the doll at the office, so I have to go. And she's like, oh, of course,
and his
you
son's
go.
like, don't forget the parade. We have the Christmas parade today. Please don't fucking be late to that. And he's like,
it like makes him promise.
He's like, promise. Like, this kid is so...
I think he's been let down
so
constantly.
many times. Yes.
he's like,
please.
You have to promise. Because then they have a deep conversation later where he's like, you never keep your promises.
Yeah, over the phone.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
No, I skipped ahead.
But I need you to talk about the first place he goes to and the guy he meets.
And they laugh so much. So anyway, I do want to say this neighbor guy, what a fucking piece of shit. He is trying to steal Arnold's wife the whole time.
Yeah, Phil Hartman.
And
he
also
plays a divorced dad.
A divorced dad that all of the married wives are obsessed with, except for Arnold's wife. And I'm like, yeah, because she's married to him. She's willing to deal with a lot because she's got a hot husband.
Yeah.
Even though I don't really think Arnold's that hot. But that's okay. He's beefy.
He was the beefy boy of the time.
He's a beefy mattress salesman. But
beef.
the first place he goes is chaotic because it's... I was just reading. This is all like based on the
mailman.
Cabbage Patch. I'm getting to it. He comes up in the scene. It's based off of like a Cabbage Patch frenzy where everybody was trying to get this one doll, and since then it's happened with other things. Now I feel like it's not as common because we have the internet and an abundance of things, which honestly is less fun than having to like hunt for your toys. But.
Should we let Wesley Anderson in?
He's fine. Maybe my cat rips on a door frame to try to get out. But he's back with John. Whatever, don't worry. He's taken care of. He's not locked
Don't worry, guys. Please relax.
I know you're really worried about my cat. So he goes to this, it's a store, it's a toy store within a mall.
Yes.
And they're all like, you know, classic pressed on the glass, like, let me in. It was Arnold again.
Little piggy.
And then the worker's like, no, not until 9 a.m. or whatever the fucking time it is.
Yeah.
And the other thing about this movie is it all takes place in the span of one day, which does not make sense with all of the stuff that happens.
Yeah.
He is going all over town in this movie. But they open the door, it's a big doorbuster, and he runs to the section where the Turbo Man toy is supposed to be. They're all sold out. And then he asks one of the workers, he's like, do you have the Turbo Man, blah, 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 and like lists it all off. And the guy laughs in his face for like 10 full seconds and then pulls a coworker over and has him laugh in his face. And then the entire store laughs at Arnold. Yeah. I don't remember this guy's. What is his character's name?
He laughs at Arnold and the mailman that he becomes friends with.
Sorry, you really love this mailman. The mailman shows up.
The mailman's ridiculous.
Around this time. He's insane.
Well, they're waiting outside the store together.
Oh, that's right. He like trauma dumps.
Arnold is complaining. Yeah, Arnold is complaining. He's like, I want to get in. He's like, don't worry, man. I feel you. My son's not going to have a good Christmas because I have to work all the time and I'm never going to get home and I need this fucking doll. And I'm like, Arnold's like, I don't know who the hell you are. Like, relax, dude. Like, please.
And everybody else around them, like, there's a lot of people. They're all quiet, just like listening to the mailman and Arnold talking about how they're letdowns of fathers.
Yeah,
and
it's weird. It's really weird.
Really strange. And then they get in. There's no doll. And then they hear there's some tip that somewhere else there's a doll. And then they both, it's like a cat and mouse. Not even. They just keep going to the same places.
They basically...
And are friends, but also hate each other.
Yeah, they want to work together, and then Arnold's like, I don't know who the hell you are. I don't know what you do. Yeah. And I need you to stop following me. And then they start fighting over... They're trying to... I guess the movie makers were trying to make them, like, these, like, competitors. But it honestly is just sad. Because, like, Arnold is this rich salesman who, like, could have been better and could have found the doll. And, like, this poor mailman... is like just trying to get his kid a present and hasn't had time. And they're like competing and fighting each other to get the toys. But the best thing is they go to find the doll at the mall and they get stopped. The lottery balls, not even the lottery balls. The fucking Santa Claus trying to like drug deal.
Oh, I forgot about the whole
the Santa warehouse.
The Santa warehouse. Oh my God.
So
I already like checked that out of my brain because I was like, what fucking detour did we just make?
It's insane, and people need to know about it.
I forgot.
They go to the mall to see if they can find the toy there. And so they go to the mall, they try to see if they can find the toy there. There are these lottery balls, everyone's fighting over them. Arnold's defeated. He like chases a kid through the mall to get one of these lottery balls. The kid is like,
and rightfully so, all the moms are like, you fucking pervert,
you fucking weirdo, because he like follows the kid through like the ball pit and
yeah, he like goes to take it out of his mouth.
It's not endearing. It's fucking weird.
It is weird. And like I think when you were watching it back in the day, you were probably supposed to be like, these moms chill, but no, as you're watching you're like, no, this grown man is trying to stick his hand in a kid's mouth.
Yeah,
in a ball pit.
Yikes.
It's weird.
I'd let you stick your hand in my mouth at a ball pit.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I'll take you up on it.
Take you up on it right now. But so, anyways, he's defeated. He's walking back, and one of the mall Santas, you know, the ones that sit and wait for kids to sit on their lap, he's like, "Hey, you, come here. Are you looking for the Turbo Man, like, exclusive doll?" And he's like, "Yes." And he's like, "I got it for you." And then he shows him one of those, like, you know, those, like, kidnapping photos where they're holding the thing to show that they have the ransom. And he shows him a picture of, like, someone holding the Turbo Man, and he's like, "That could be anyone."
Today's newspaper.
Yeah, in today's newspaper, which is insane. And he's like, "You gotta come with me though. It's like at a warehouse." And he's like, "Okay." So they blindfold Arnold. He agrees. He goes to this thing. It's just a bunch of guys dressed as Santa Claus at this factory.
So many guys.
And also, like, I don't know what it is with the 90s and early 2000s, but like using small people to act as elves.
Yeah.
But it's like supposed to be funny. It's so
also
weird.
Like mafia.
Yeah. It's like a mafia
joint. It's a little
joint.
sinister.
Yeah, and so they try to give him this toy, and he takes it out of the box, and it falls apart, and they're like, "Ah," and he like tries to hurt them, and so they send out the big guy at the Santa warehouse, who is like
bigger than Arnold.
Yeah, who's like, "What the fuck is he doing there? Why is he dressed as Santa?" They start fighting. The whole place gets raided by police.
Yeah.
And Arnold,
and one of the police officers Arnold has made a villain of, or an enemy of. It's the same one who
maybe when he goes outside
made him do the drunk driving walk, and then he also every stop Arnold makes, this cop ends up there, and he's like,
it's a weird joke that doesn't pull. But my favorite part about that whole scene, because it's such a dumb way to like it's such a dumb way to get Arnold out of the situation. They're like, "We want him to get ambushed, but we don't want him to get attacked. We don't want him to go to jail," right? So they're like, "Okay, since we don't want him to go to jail, like, how do we get him out of the situation?" So the whole time the police are like, "Freeze!" And as he turns around, there's a bunch of like toys and like weird things that are being produced, and one of them is like fake badges, police badges. So Arnold picks one up and is like, "I'm with the whatever to whatever." Like, they don't even check him, and they're like, "All right, sir, thanks." He's like, "Check this perimeter. I'll wait for you guys outside." And he just leaves. Like, the dumbest joke doesn't actually work, but whatever. That's not the least believable thing in this movie. Like, there's less believable things.
I did forget about that. I have this.
Do you want to say
anything,
anything,
This
Wesley?
kind of.
And what else?
I don't know if you guys could hear. My cat was losing his fucking mind. Come out and hang out with us, which I get because we're cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a Reddit article about how the timeline doesn't make sense.
Yes.
And says the first store. Wesley, get up. Oh, see, this is why you're not supposed to be out here.
The first store.
The first tour, time spent there, got a ticket for knocking over the cop's bike, then traffic to get to the next store, and said that. Again, me trying to read on a screen.
Oh, yes. Hey, guys, this is the part of the podcast where Dagny's reading off a screen, and it's going to be a long. It's my favorite part.
Every bit of personality I have. Okay, so he goes to the first store. That looks like either a mall or a really big-ass department store. All of that had to take well over an hour. Then getting to the Santa warehouse, the fight ensuing, cops coming and all that nonsense, then driving back to downtown. Then a few minutes in a diner, the radio show fiasco where the mailman has a bomb. And then cops coming to that radio store or the radio whatever. Yeah. The radio show, and at first it wasn't a real bomb, and then when the cops took the package, it was a bomb.
Yeah, what?
You know, I mean, it was a different package, but basically this cop was, or the mailman was like, you know, we get bombs all the time.
We're not even talking. Yeah. Well, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. So that happens, and then this Reddit guy making the point of, I'm assuming the cab ride home after his car was vandalized. Kill me. I can't read.
Well,
And then at least one beer with the reindeer before taking a cab to the parade.
What?
And there were 4 other toy stores that were in like a montage that he was like going in and out of stores. No luck.
This movie loses me so much. And like, it's because of all, like you said, it's just a bunch of fucking things to add basically time to the movie. But yeah, there's a scene in this film. I'm not even going to tell you how we get to it. You just have to watch it, where there's a reindeer that has it out for Arnold and he fights him, punches the reindeer in the face. That asserts dominance over the reindeer. And then
they share a beer. Not only that, he opens another beer, pours it all in for the reindeer to drink and leaves. I'm like, what are you trying to do to this animal, dude? But so finally he decides to go to the parade, and the parade is kind of the pinnacle point of this movie. Yeah, it's all leading up to this parade.
It's all leading up to this parade, and it's the most ridiculous fucking thing. Because Wesley, you're the cutest little thing in the world. I don't even care. You don't even know. I wish you all could
see my cat taking his good old sweet time to get comfortable, but he just
trying to
settled
sit
in.
on the laptop. Oh my god.
Anyway, the parade.
So the parade, they've lost the actor who they need to
play Turbo Man,
and they lost the villain.
Yeah.
So he gets dressed in the costume to surprise his kid as Turbo Man.
But he also doesn't know he's Turbo Man.
No, he doesn't know. He's just like, I'm dressing up like in the costume, whatever.
Yeah.
Which is insane. But okay.
He was like, the last guy almost died.
Yeah. And we're like, okay. So when he's Turbo Man, when he is like in the parade, he realizes he can gift like a super cool, like limited edition Turbo Man to any kid, and he sees his kid and he's like, I'm gonna gift it to my kid, obviously.
He's like, lucky dude.
Yeah. So he calls his kid up and he's like, this is for you, like, and from Turbo Man. Yeah.
This is the one thing I really wanted to talk about. This kid, I can see maybe the kid, Arnold's tall, he's got a transparent red visor on his eyes. Maybe the kid is like, you look kind of like my dad, but doesn't fully recognize that like the superhero that he admires, his dad is dressed in the suit. He maybe isn't old enough to like comprehend that.
Yeah.
But Arnold walks up to his wife in Turbo Man gear. Again,
she's turned on. She's like, wow.
Oh yeah. And
Who's
she just
this
has
guy?
the red visor that you can see through.
It's Hannah Montana.
Yes, you can see his face clearly. And when he does the reveal later, it's just like lifting off the transparent. And they're like, oh, it's Arnold. It's my dad.
Do you know what's crazy too? He's the only person in that film who has a thick fucking Austrian accent.
Yes.
You couldn't tell that was your husband? Are you kidding me, bitch? The whole time he's like, You're like, who is this man?
Yeah. And she's like super attracted to him. And then she realizes it's her husband. And we're like, and she's like, I would never go for my fucking stupid ass neighbor who's a dweeb. I got this hottie who's a superhero that I can fuck.
So let's actually.
Sorry, I skipped ahead.
No, but actually, I'm glad you mentioned the neighbor because I do want to talk about that before we go back to the parade. So I don't know if anybody of you know, but Phil Hartman, it's kind of hard to watch him in this movie. That's like the one sad part because shortly after this film, he had passed away. His wife was going through an addiction for a really long time and she was finally sober. And then she relapsed again and she ended up shooting him and then herself.
Oh my God.
And it was a murder-suicide and their kids were kind of left without their parents.
Holy
and it like shocked the comedy world. And he was known to be like a really cool dude and like a really good guy. So
I did not know that. Oh my God.
It was just really sad to like you don't expect that. Like he met like it's not a heart attack or anything like that. Like he met like such a tragic death. And that poor woman, we don't know what she was going through, but it was that was one of his last films, I think. So that's just that kind of puts like a really weird coating on it as well.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, you don't know, but
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I did not like him through the movie, but now I feel bad.
Well, he's a good actor, so he plays like a dick really well. And by the way, him playing a dick was actually funny because he's like an actual comedian.
Oh yeah, it was
who's
funny.
been
Like
on SNL, so
he was still charming in the movie, but his motives
were
just bad, and he was sleazy while also being charming, which is not an easy thing to do, to come across likable to the people in the movie. Yeah. He did a great job at playing that character.
He did a good job of being the villain, but what I didn't get was that they made Myron the villain, who is this like black mailman who's just trying to provide for his family, and they make him the bad guy. Like literally in the parade, he plays also the bad guy against Turbo Man.
But I took that as he was figured out that was a way to get the doll, and that's why he also.
The problem with that though is they had him like, basically the kid gets the doll, like his Arnold Schwarzenegger gives his child the doll, and then
Riley,
and then the Riley, and then the villain pops out, Myron, the mailman guy, and he like, which is such a Jewish name, it's so funny. Myron pops out and he's like, no, that's mine, and he literally like kidnaps the kid. He like chases him down. The kid almost falls, and so then Arnold Schwarzenegger and Myron have like a fight. Now this is the wildest shit that literally, Dagny,
the little boy?
It just made me laugh so hard. This was my point of contention where I was like, yours was like, how do they not recognize this man? Mine was, these are parade costumes. How are they fully functioning superhero suits? Because towards the middle of it, when they start fighting, he goes, Dad, use your turbo jetpack. And Arnold Schwarzenegger starts flying around on a jetpack.
Flies
and has lasers
to outer space.
Yes. He goes so high. Like, that kind of a jetpack would not ever be possible for something like that. Would never be provided for the general public.
No.
Like, that is insane. So he flies so high, like out into the atmosphere, like it's way too high.
Yeah.
And then he's like, Dad, use your like lasers or whatever. So he's like live fucking like dangerous, crazy shit. And the cops are like, oh, he'll take care of it. Like, I don't know where it goes from parade costume to fully functioning Iron Man suit, but that made me laugh so hard. I was like, this is insane.
I'm also realizing now, the cops fully took him as like, Turbo Man's real. It's like this is like this is a real superhero in reality, not just a TV show. And
the script fell apart.
It's like, Turbo Man, he's got it. You're like, wait, but he's a character, but maybe not. Maybe he's in their world an actual superhero.
Yeah, and that was wild to me.
I didn't think about that. That's a interesting missing plot. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't pick. I just took it. I was like, he's a superhero and he's fighting crime, but he's just supposed to be in a parade waving.
The last part I'll say about this movie that makes me laugh so hard is the ending scene of this movie, which is the boy is so proud that was his dad. His dad was Turbo Man. He's like, I love you. I'm not going to fail you anymore. And he goes, that's my dad, guys. That's my dad. And then the crowd picks up Arnold and just takes him away. Never to be seen again.
And the kid, he ends up giving the Turbo Man doll to the mailman.
Yeah.
And he says, you can have it. I got the real Turbo Man at home. And he does. But does he get to keep the costume? Or you just have the same dad?
Oh, come on, LA helicopters.
Yikes. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. But that made me laugh so hard. It's like, even in the end, the kid still doesn't get his dad.
No. It was a real wackadoodle.
They just carried him away.
Yeah.
To go sell mattresses.
To sell mattresses in his executive office.
Yeah, that movie is just... You guys gotta watch it.
You gotta watch. Let me tell you. Did it hold up? It's wacky.
It's a wild ride.
Wacky little Christmas movie. Did I feel festive and jolly and have a great time? Yes.
Yes, agreed. I agree.
It was a perfect little hour and a half. Super easy. Arnold is endlessly entertaining. He's just an insane voice, insane accent. him playing a dad, just a regular dad, is so out of place. But it worked.
It did work.
It worked enough.
Listen, it's just, there was one part of the movie that felt kind of normal, and it was Arnold like punching people in the Santa Claus like
I'm wondering
area.
now if that was like, oh, we got Arnold, we got to make him.
We got to do some kind of action.
Yeah.
Because the rest of it, I was like, God, you just have this lumbering fucking Austrian dude just fucking bop, bop, bop.
Yeah. And isn't it his daughter, his real life daughter, isn't she married to Chris Pratt?
I don't know. What? What a jump.
I know. Well, I was just thinking about him being, I was like, oh, I wonder what Arnold's like in real life if he was a dad. But he has a kid. Yeah. And she's married to Chris Pratt.
And he was our governor.
And that's still crazy. He was the governor of California.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10 of how
you know what?
held
If he
up,
could be the governor, he could be Turbo Man too.
he can be anything. Apparently,
We
He
gotta
can
wrap
fly
this
to
up. These
space.
fucking helicopters.
I wonder if someone was murdered
That's something we gotta talk about at some point.
at some point.
When
At
you
some
feel
point.
Like it.
The suspense will kill you. You got to come back and listen to our next episode.
That's true.
Anyway, on a scale of 1 to 10 of how it held up, I would say a 5.
Anyways, really quickly, just a 5.
Just a 5.
I would say this movie for me.
Maybe a 6.
I don't think I'll watch this movie ever again. Like, it's not The Room.
No.
It's not The Room because The Room, like, I'll watch again because every part of it is bad. This movie is like trying to be good and it's bad, so I don't think I'll ever watch it again. But God, did it make me laugh, and I think it's worth a watch once. That's like my hold up kind of ending to it. Is like,
Yeah.
does it hold up? I think everybody should watch Jingle All The Way once and then never again.
Yeah.
And
I had a great
you'll be
time.
good. You'll
And
be
I
better
did.
off.
I laughed. Mostly, I like scoffed a few times. I was like, "There's no way," and yeah, I recommend it.
And
I
then
don't
it was
think
their
there
way.
was anything like terribly problematic, really, which sometimes we encounter. I feel like
Well,
it
I
was
mean,
just
that
wacky.
making the poor black guy who's a mailman the bad guy was
That's
really
true.
stupid.
That's true.
I was like,
I'm
pick a
looking
better
over
choice.
that.
Like,
Whoops.
he's not a bad father. He's just
no.
working too much and like didn't have time. Like, you can't compare him to Arnold and make him the evil guy. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like, keep Phil Hartman as the bad guy.
Mhm.
Like, it
Yeah,
would
I
have
guess
been
it did kind of have two bad.
also
but
it would
the
have been so
mailman
much
was
more.
just like,
It would have been so much more interesting to watch Arnold not succeed and maybe Phil Hartman popping up and being like, "How's it going, sport? I'm just getting a cake for the you know." Like, that would have been so funny. Instead, we have like,
and now I'm gonna go and fuck your wife.
yeah. So we have these two like desperate men who are like sad inside. I'm like, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know. Jingle all the way, guys.
What do you, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 5 too. 5 or 6.
Okay.
No, 5 or 4.
I was saying a 6 because it was fun.
Wesley, what would you give it?
Scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it? Oh, I thought I'd be able to get him to meow. No, he's just hitting the mic with his claws. Oh, they're probably stuck in there. Okay.
He patted it, which means he patted it twice, so he gives it a 2. Right?
2.
Give it a 2.
He did watch it.
Mm-hmm.
He was in here while I was playing. Anyway, you guys can't see my cat, but he's very cute and he loves this movie. He also loves this podcast and thinks you should email us at howyouholdinup@gmail.com. Send us any of your thoughts on our episodes, on new topics we should do.
Send us if you guys want to fuck Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Send us nudes. Send us...
No.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No.
Send us any old thing.
Send us I don't know.
Nudes of Arnold.
Send us anything. We want to hear from you.
I want to hear from you. I want to... If you're
We
liking
love getting
the
an
show,
email.
Yeah, I love an email when it's not work related.
Exactly.
Personal email? Hell yeah, dude. Love to see it. So anyway, email us your thoughts. And if you have any ideas of what we should consume and review, we're happy to do it. So that's all. Listen to us next week. But until then, bye, Jane.
Bye, Dagny.